Traders from around the world, friends and family, team, followers, fans, family from around the entire world, welcome back, as I should say. Welcome back to your real life day trading room. Today is Tuesday, and I'm repping the black RL today. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope you slept well. There are always less people on day 2 than there are on day 1. And there's less people on day 3 than day 2, and less than day 4 on day 3. And then day 5, there's even less people because it's hard, my friends. It is hard to trade professionally. It's hard to do anything professionally. If we're really talking openly about it, I mean, think about any other profession or sport that you could go out right now on a Tuesday morning and play for a few hours and get paid thousands of dollars, right? It's the exact same thing. So it takes practice, it takes reps, it takes work. And my objective today is to ensure that each and every one of you have a pretty good handle on what we're looking at, while we're looking at it, what we're going to do. Yesterday was a very, very profitable day for us here at Real Life Trading, but just also for traders in general. So I won't have a massive amount of trades today. I will definitely look for some. I'll absolutely try to find some, but I won't be trading as aggressively as I was yesterday because just that's one of my rules. If I have a really good day in the market, the next day I just take it a little bit slower, a little bit more methodical, a little bit more calm, just to ensure that I lock in profit. One other thing I want to make sure that I share with you is just thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your time, appreciate your energy, your devotion. Thank you for helping us with our mission, which is to enrich lives. My boy Sam says, cool, calm, and collected. That's right. So let's go ahead and dive in. And pretty much what I'm going to do is review some gaps and talk about what's gapping and what's moving. The broader markets, if we look at the broader markets are, let's go look at the SPY really quick. So again, I like to look at just kind of the big picture, what's happening, what's going on out there, why it's happening, and kind of try to get a general idea of what to do just based on the overall market. So what I'm looking at is the market, the SPY, we are down a very small amount. The low of yesterday was 315.56, and we are gapping below that, which is interesting. So there's a lot of people going bullish, I'm sure, yesterday on the markets. And we did trade to a resistance level, right? So we're trading down, we came up, we traded down, we came up. So tons and tons of people are going long yesterday. Most likely we're going to pull back before we go a little bit higher. And again, that doesn't have to happen, but it most likely will. So here on the 5-minute chart, if I turn the extended hours on, you'll see that we're gapping down small. And again, pre-market looks a little more on the bullish side, relatively speaking, just a little bit more on the bull side for the pre-market. But looking at the overall trend, right, the overall trend's bullish, but we are just kind of gapping down to some support. So since we're gapping down into some support, what I'm looking for me is either some bullish gaps that are doing something different than the market, or looking for some type of interesting gap down that is stronger than the broader market gap down, and either look to fade it on the upside or potentially play it bearish. So that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on. I have someone, Mr. S, says, can you consider this an island reversal? No, I wouldn't consider just one day an island reversal. Not yet. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for gap ups, or I'm looking for bigger gap downs than the broader market. One question I got the most yesterday was, how do I find gaps? And that answer is extremely simple. You can literally find gaps anywhere, right? You can find them on StockTwits. You can find them on Twitter. You can find them on Google. You can find them on any charting software. You can find them on any broker. You just create a scanner, or you can Google pre-market gaps. If you've watched any of my videos about day trading, you can also go to barchart.com and you'll get all the gap ups right here, right? So tons of gap ups here, and you can also get gap downs as well. So you can get gap ups, you can get gap downs, you can get all that right here. So what I want to do is go look at some stocks that are gapping up, and one of those gaps is Tesla. So Tesla is gapping up, and obviously, I'm not saying that we have to trade this thing bullish. I'm just simply saying it does look different than the market, right? The market's down and Tesla is gapping up. And it is a nice gap. It is a continuation gap. You did have a little bit of an upper shadow yesterday on Tesla. And if we come over here to the 5-minute chart, you did have a really, really nice run yesterday, all the way up to 1430, and it's still showing some strength. Joshua says you can use Market Chameleon. You can use Market Chameleon, absolutely right. You can use Trent. You can use Trade Ideas. You can also just sign up for real life trading because we post all kinds of stuff all the time here in Slack. So you can post gaps, you can get ideas. Again, if you are a subscriber to real life trading, we share tons and tons of ideas. So finding the stocks are not the hard part, my friends. As a reminder, yesterday, we talked about you could focus just on one stock every single day for the rest of your life and just trade one stock every single day for the rest of your life and make plenty of money day trading. So it's not really important what stocks you're looking at. Those are the easy things. Those are simple. All right. So the rest, again, I'll go through this. NEO is gapping down. These are all the ones from yesterday. Lemonade actually is gapping up, LMND. Right, so if it's gapping up, I'm interested in it. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. It's not gapping above the high of yesterday, but it is gapping up just a little bit. So since it's a little different than the market, I'm keeping an eye on it. Uber looks just like the rest of the market. Although it is a bear candle gapping down, which makes it a little bit interesting. NVTA, so this one is gapping up some. Twitter looks like the rest of the market. Fastly is gapping down with like the rest of the market. SOLO gapping down. LVGO is a very nice gap up. So this stock is a little bit spready. I feel like I have a general idea of how to play this one. But LVGO is gapping up nicely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line at the previous high of the day, which also just so happens to be the previous all-time high. So previous all-time high yesterday is 82.50. So since we're there, we're gapping there. Log onto your dashboard. Click the link. So yeah, LVGO gapping up nicely, all-time high area, and I'm gonna leave it on the list. So Netflix, we can take Netflix off the list. That was another really good move. It is gapping up again today. The high of yesterday was 499.50, and we're gapping up to 499. So we are doing something different than the market. So I guess I actually could keep it on the list. Okay. Steven has asked for Apple. So here's Apple, AAPL. So Apple's gapping up, right? 1.31%. You can see that it's gapping up very, very close to the all-time high, the previous high of the day of yesterday. So there, and there. It is showing strength, no question, but I don't want to buy at the all-time high resistance at the pre-market high. It's not where I want to get in. So I'm either going to let it break up, pull back and bounce, or trade back down and then get in bullish on Apple. So Steve, I know you played Apple very, very profitably yesterday. So congratulations, my friend. I'll throw that chart in the chat pane. But I will personally wait on Apple today, just because of where it's gapping to. All right. So let's go look at a few other ones that are being requested. Give me a quick second. Let me scroll up here. All right. Rick has asked for ROL. So ROL, this is Rollins Incorporated. Consumer something gapping up to 45. So this looks like a blue chip stock. Blue chip stock means it pays dividends. And dividend paying blue chip big name companies, we're definitely not going to short it, but they generally don't move very, very much after a gap. But this one does look like it can have some really, really big days. It gapped huge on that day, gapped huge on that day, gapped huge on that day. Yeah, it's a great gap. Okay, that one's definitely going on the list. Rick, thanks for finding it. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to trade it, but I'll at least watch it. It is list worthy. ETRN, equestrian, nope, not equestrian. Equitrans Midstream Corporation. Gapping up, very, very small gap. It's not quite gapping above the high of yesterday. It's not terrible. And again, it is gapping up. The whole market, broader market, is gapping down. What I will do is put this one on the list for Energy Wednesday, which is the afternoon swing trading room, ETRN, and we'll come back to that one later. So we got LVGO, we looked at Apple. Matthew wants me to look at ALDX. So ALDX, therapeutics is gapping up, yeah. Interesting gap on ALDX, very interesting. So if I draw a resistance line here, the reason I'm drawing a resistance line right there, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much based on that resistance there and that resistance there. That's kind of what I'm, just watching. So if I go over here to the 5-minute chart, you can see some decent resistance. It's worth watching. Yeah, I agree, Matthew. Let me throw that one on the list. Thank you for sharing that chart with me, my friends. And I will begin to watch ALDX. All right, my boy Alan wants to look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, there's a lot of real-life traders in on NVIDIA because we've had a $400 price target since back here in mid-June. I did an interview with a really big trader in the trading world, and I asked him point blank, hey man, what's one of your stock picks for me? What do you got? What's the setup? And he said, NVIDIA, 400 calls. I was like, okay, cool. So those are paying off nicely. The high of yesterday was 396.35. We are gapping above the high of yesterday on NVIDIA, which is pretty strong. And I would say look to buy a pullback. So what I'll do is I'll throw this one in the chat pane and talk about how I would personally play it. That doesn't mean that it's the only way to play it. That doesn't mean that's going to work. But if you're looking at playing NVIDIA, this is how I would personally look to get in. I would have a limit buy to get in on a pullback with a stop down below pre-market support. So I'll throw that in the chat pane, Alan. NVIDIA. And there we go. And we'll jot that down. We'll keep an eye on NVIDIA, I'm sure, at some point today. Okay, let's see. What else? I've looked at Netflix. Leah wants me to look at NVAX, Novavax. Leah loves these biotechs. Leah is a biotech fan, and NVAX has just been going absolutely gangbusters. Wow, it is up 30%. Sure, why not? Let's put it on the list. I don't know if I'll get a chance to trade it. I'm not the best 30% or higher gap trader, especially when the stock is $100. I'll watch it. I know, Leah, that you're a lot faster than I am, especially being on the microphone. I'm always going to be a little bit slower than I would be off the microphone. But overall, the actual chart does look okay, and it does look like an interesting gap, and I guess it's going to be worth watching. So, yeah, I can put on the list. We can keep an eye on it. Have a lot of people asking for BABA. So BABA, I sold some call options yesterday on BABA, and those call options worked out very well. So congratulations, Edward and Brandon, and a lot of other traders. So anyway, Alibaba gapping up nicely. It is gapping above the high of yesterday, but since it's an all-time high gap, I'm probably going to wait on that one. In fact, I can actually already see a nice little upper shadow. So that would be kind of my stop loss, ironically enough. So if I was looking at playing BABA, I'd probably would short it. If I was looking at playing BABA, and I can definitely put it on the list, I don't mind shorting something today if given an opportunity. We shorted NEO yesterday, and it kind of worked out. We won on it. We just didn't win huge. But BABA, I can put on the list just to watch it, see what it does, see if we end up shorting it because it's a gapping up to an all-time high. Zeus. By the way, if you guys can get a chance, if you can change your chat pane from all panelists to all panelists and attendees so that everyone can kind of see your comments. Here's XSPA, XSPA, and this thing is going to return to where it came. So it had a nice little pop, and I know a few traders made some money on this one. This was one of Jason Raznick's call outs on Benzinga pre-market prep, and it did have a nice run for like 2 or 3 weeks, and that run is over. So if you're looking at playing XSPA, don't. All right, next on the list is Shake Shack, S-H-A-K. Shake Shack. Shake Shack is gapping down. It's a very interesting gap down on Shake Shack. So it's kind of like the rest of the market. There's the 100 simple moving average right here. I'll wait. I'll wait on Shake Shack. Not a big fan of that gap. Nothing really special. Square. So Square had a nice little upper shadow yesterday. Hit 128.36. 128.36. Huge, huge bullish move on Square. And Alan wants to know if it can continue today. I do think it could continue a little bit. I'll put it on the list just in case. It's not gapping above the high or the low of the previous day, but as I'm looking at this pre-market chart, we can kind of clearly see a nice little resistance, so maybe we get a shot at playing it when it pulls back. That's certainly possible. Okay, Mitch wants to look at Ecom. Ecom, channel advisor, not really gapping at all, only gapping 4 cents. Potential breakout on a big trend. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna put this one on my list for Thursday in the afternoon swing trading room. It looks like more of a swing trade than a day trade, Mitch. So I'm gonna wait on that one. All right, Jason, my boy Jason wants to look at VSLR. Vivint Solar. So Vivint Solar, this is one that we looked at not too long ago playing this hammer, right? So we found this hammer in the afternoon swing trading room right here. And that got triggered in last week and is now up 22%. Really, really strong gap on Vivint Solar. So let's go look at a weekly chart. Wow, it's a huge gap. Yep, probably gonna look to sell that gap, or at least be really, really cautious going long. It's a pretty big gap, guys. I mean, you're gapping above almost everything. It's absolutely list worthy. I agree. Definitely list worthy. But if I was in, which I may be, I would look to be selling this thing at open. But it could pull back and just bounce. Okay. I'll put it on the list. We'll see if we get a chance to trade it. Maybe we play something on it. Maybe we don't. Who knows? But we will see. Vinman says, what are your thoughts on Workhorse? So we looked at Workhorse about 418 times yesterday. Pretty much my thoughts are it just needs to pull back. Nothing goes up forever, not even Bitcoin, and especially not Workhorse Group. So we're gapping down. I would look to fade this higher. So let it gap down, and then we can look for a buying opportunity. A lot of people have been looking at buying dips on this one. I'm not saying it's going to bounce, but what I would personally look for is I would look for a trade down to this support, pre-market support on Workhorses around 15.5. I would look for some kind of trap down there and some type of long opportunity. I can put on the list. I actually do like the gap down. It's gapping down bigger than the rest of the market, which is nice. I like when things look different than the broader market. So I can put Workhorse on the group just to see what we do on it. We're not going to be able to short it. So the only thing we can do is go long anyway. John V says, should we do a bull put spread on the SPY? I'm down with that, man. I'm down with that. The best time to do a bull put spread was last week when it traded into the 200 simple moving average, right, as a support, and it had a big, nice down day. So that was the best time to sell options on the broader market. So at some point, I think you're absolutely correct. It's most likely bullish, and we're probably going to look to sell some puts against it. but let's give it a day or two. Let's see how we open. Let's give it an hour. But if you're looking at playing the overall direction, I think you're correct. The direction is bullish. Yep. DraftKings. Are we going to go short DraftKings? Tim wants to know. Short DraftKings. No, let's just keep waiting on DraftKings. It looks like it's gapping down. The whole market's gapping down. It's going to get done with some time. Slack Technologies is flat. So no real special gap on that one, at least for a day trade. Now it could continue higher, but right now it's in a consolidation pattern. So just going to be hanging out. Irwin wants to look at Overstock, and Overstock just keeps on running. This thing will not slow down for anything. I mean, it's only up. It's only up 1,300% in the last 3 months. That's all. No big deal. So, saying all that to say, it's been an absolute unbearably strong trend, and no short has worked on Overstock. So I'm not going to short it because no short has worked realistically. And if you're playing it, I guess look to go long or buy it as low as you can. I'll put it on the list. I'm not going to trade that though. I'm obviously not good enough to figure out how to play Overstock if it's up 1,300% in the last 3.5 months, and I haven't made any money on it so far. I'm not going to make any money on it now. All right, REGN Pharmaceuticals is gapping up to 639. And this is a pretty good gap. It's an expensive stock. That's pricey. But if you're looking at playing REGN, the gap is bullish, so be long. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So Matthew says he used to work for that company. Nice, nice. All right, awesome. Well, we got 7 minutes until market open. This is also some stuff that we get a lot in this happens a lot in real life trading. We'll be posting, and we'll post, have some traders post some of their gap setup. So this is another spot where you can get some trade ideas as well. Gary says ANVS. ANVS. Wow. Wow. I have no idea how to play that, man. It's gapping up 150%. Is it going to go higher? Sure, why not? I literally have no clue. No idea. The average volume is 144,000 shares, so no clue. If you play it, Gary, let me know. I'll be happy to look at it. Don't know how to play that one. Jay says LVGO. Yep, got it on the list. Davey says, is Amazon ever playable? Just depends on how much money you have, man. Falco says VSLR and Run are a merger. Just FYI, all stock deal. Gotcha. So VSLR and Run are merging. I gotcha. Okay. So probably avoid that one for now. Got it. Thank you, sir. DocuSign. So DocuSign, just a gorgeous trend. And it's gapping down very, very, very small with the rest of the market, Aaron. Whole market's gapping down. So I wouldn't short DocuSign because shorts have not worked very much at all. If you could just look at the chart. Therefore, I'm going to wait and not do anything on DocuSign. Edgar says those 450 puts on Tesla are evaporating a little bit, right, Edgar? Just a little bit. Can you believe there was money at 450 when Tesla was at 1,000? Can you believe that? I mean, I can believe it because you and I sold some puts, so that's really cool. But still, man, oh my gosh. That's free money. Oh, that was awesome. I was like, 450? I had to check the numbers again. People still think Tesla's going to go bankrupt. It's amazing. All right, INFY. You know, I've never really had any success trading INFY. I know that sounds crazy, but just gonna wait. It is gapping up, you were correct, but every time I've ever traded that one, I've always lost on it. So I don't know why, but mostly because it gaps all the time. It's an ADR, American Depository Receipt, which means it's on many other brokers and many other exchanges. And the average range per day is pretty small anyway. So INFY is one of those that I generally don't trade. And we'll look at one more, US concrete gapping down. The rest of the market's gapping down. I'll wait it out. I will wait. Okay, let me go find the gap that I like the most. Definitely Tesla. I mean, it's high on my list for today, just to at least watch it. Lemonade, just because it's a brand new IPO. SPY is relatively interesting. We keep that on the list all the time. Uber, there's no need for that to be on my list. NVTA, no need for that to be on my list. LVGO, yep. So this one will be an interesting gap. I already know exactly how to play this one. Buy it as low as you can. It's a very spready monster. Netflix is actually gapping up. The whole market's gapping down. So that's interesting. It's bullish. ROL, going to watch it very closely. ALDX, I'll watch it closely. NVVX, I have no idea how to play that. Alibaba, probably going to short it. Square, maybe. VSLR, we'll see. Workhorse, again, it is a nice gap down, and I think some people are going to look to try to buy it potentially. And Overstock, I'm just going to watch it out of sheer morbid curiosity to see what the heck this stock does after being up 1,400% in the last 2 or 3 months. Brian says Pinterest might run today. It could. I have shares of Pinterest. I am in on Pinterest. That was one of our setups that we did yesterday that a lot of people made some money on. And yeah, you're absolutely correct. It could. I do think Pinterest will slowly start running eventually, and we'll see what it does. Cloudera is down again. So I got some more limit buys on Cloudera after 5 bearish candles in a row. I'm expecting some bouncing at some point to come in. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But this covered call, we'll talk about that in the afternoon room, but I have now bought that back. So decreasing my cost basis on Cloudera. Other swing trades that we're in, Progeny. Progeny is flat. CGC, we got some calls on CGC. It's down a little bit, but I do like the close from yesterday. That's pretty nice. We have some shares of NEM, and it's gapping down kind of small. Still in a pennant pattern. Hoping it breaks out bullish. It may or may not. I don't know. But we do have that one set up. All right, market opens in 60 seconds. I don't have anything that I'm playing out the gate. I don't have anything that I'm playing aggressively. I am going to be relatively slightly semi-patient today, and mostly because yesterday was such a rip-roaring, bullish, profitable day. I mean, if you played anything that we talked about yesterday, you made money on it. We were on absolute fire. If I drew it, it worked out. It was crazy. So in days like that, the very next day, I'm generally pretty calm, cool, collected, and patient. And I do my absolute best to not give back the profits that I made yesterday. So if I do take some trades today and I lose, that's absolutely fine. But Judy said she got 4 R's yesterday. Exactly, Judy. So I mean, I murdered it yesterday. I know you murdered it yesterday. We all murdered it. So today is a day to take a deep breath and just not give a bunch of money back. All right, there's no rush to give your money back. Let's wait for a great setup. There's the market open. Right? No reason to rush. And we'll just take it nice and slow. All right. Cool. So again, Tesla, I'm just going to be watching. And Baba, I like Baba a lot. I don't think I'm actually going to get a chance to short it. Lemonade, I am curiously watching that one. LVGO, Moon Lambo, there it goes. That's just going to run. Netflix, I'm watching. ROL, wow, that didn't gap nearly as high as we thought it would. Still not a bad gap, though, actually. That little hammer is still not terrible. ALDX, okay, open. Novax, have no idea how to play that. Again, Workhorse, there's an interesting low. That is an interesting candle. Nice lower shadow. Again, the market's been open a minute. So I'm just going to wait to see how that closes on a little bit of a bigger time frame, like a 2 minute or 3 minute, but that is the flash lower. If you're looking at going long, that's probably the expected play. So I'll scoot that one up a little bit. Again, VSLR, I'm just going to be patient on it because it's an all-stock merger deal with Sunrun. Overstock hanging out. My boy Spencer, bro, I can do anything for you. AMD, I'm bullish on. Yep, I'd be watching this one for a long trade. Pretty much a pullback into previous resistance and then a dip. So I'll put AMD on the list. I can have AMD on the list all the time. So we will see. All right, Tesla opening and getting some selling. Workhorse, yep, there was the bounce. I don't think anyone was fast enough to catch that. If you were, cool, awesome job. I did not, but that would have been, you'd have had to play that within seconds of open. Okay, so Netflix, again, this is a good candle. It does look like a decent trend, just trying to give it a little bit of time. Looks pretty though. It's just at this is literally the all-time high right here, 500. This is a big, big number. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of patience. ALDX, I'll probably end up taking that off the list before too long. And Square. So Square is having a little bit of a high wave candle, which is nice. You guys know I do love high wave candles. Let me go look at the daily chart again. Daily chart on Square. So it's an inside day gap, not gapping above the high or the low. It's your 2 minute candle. So it's okay gap. It's not amazing, but you definitely have some people trapped on it. Yeah, that's going to pull back some more. Okay. I'm going to keep giving Square just a little bit of time. I'm not going to chase this one. Again, if you're wondering why am I being patient, because I made so much money yesterday. I just don't want to give a lot of it back today. NVIDIA. Just hit a target. Nice. Nice, NVIDIA. Well done. Edwards has sold and done. That was kind of cool, huh? Nice little trade, Edward. You've been on fire recently, man. So we snagged some $400 out of the money calls on NVIDIA. Edward says, all thanks to you, sir, and your interviews. Yeah, the interview was good. That was really good. He's a great trader. I mean, he's been trading, what, 20 years longer than I have. So I said, okay, I'll listen to you. I'll take that trade. Why not? And if you guys are wondering what interview I'm talking about, if you go to our YouTube channel, we post really, really good stuff all the time. I thought I made it relatively clear, but will NVIDIA hit $400 and why? That was the name of the interview. I think it was kind of like one of those relatively, if you like hints, that was a pretty good hint, Bluebird Bio, ticker symbol BLUE. So we're looking at that to pull back. Again, the overall market, relatively bullish, but looking at having one bear swing trade just in case. And that one did fill. So Bluebird Bio, 59.12. Okay, just to see what it does. Okay. So again, Tesla, it's a great gap. It's a very, very nice gap. It's just going to be a little challenging to play. We could technically take almost the exact same approach that we took yesterday. Brian, I don't have Square set up yet. Nope, I'm still waiting on that one. Guys, I'm just trying to be a little patient, just because we did so well yesterday. I don't want to be super, super aggressive. That's all. The best way to make money is to create it and then keep it. Right? Make it and then keep it. That's usually the best way to become wealthy. So this is the first 5 minute candle. Yeah, first 5 minute candle. So I'm keeping a very close eye on AMD. Let me scoot AMD up. I like AMD a lot. I like Tesla a lot. Workhorse, definitely going to keep an eye on that one. Alibaba, I wanted to fade it, but it's not going to get up to my level. Mike says, sent you an email list of the stocks that should benefit from FAST Act infrastructure bill that was just passed. Thank you, Mike. I will not get a chance to look at that until later today. I don't check my email until later this afternoon, but thanks for sending it, man. Much appreciated. All right, so LMND. This one, again, I do like Lemonade. It just, there's a lot of people talking about it. It's just a very popular stock. If I were to play Lemonade, it would be once this candle closes, I would probably do something like this. Because again, any trade that I do take, I would like to lose small on it. I think obviously that's always an okay goal to have. I would like to lose small if given the opportunity to, but sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So beyond, not beyond me, LMND. Gonna watch that really close to see if we get a chance to play it. SPY, I really like this candle on SPY. That's pretty. That's very pretty. I can also play SPY. I love playing options on SPY. I'm a big fan of that. It's not like the trend, it's not like the market isn't bullish. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay, keep a very close eye on that with SPY. LVGO is just doing whatever it's doing. So keep an eye on that one. Netflix hit that all-time high level and is selling off. Hashtag shocker. ROL. So ROL, I'm just watching. ALDX, we can take that one off the list. Novax, no idea how to play that. Square, again, just waiting on Square. I get it. I see how big the candle is. I understand. This is a very nice high wave candle on a 3-minute chart. And again, I could play that high wave candle on a 3-minute. I'm just trying to just give the market 5 or 6 minutes. Overstock. I wanted to short Overstock right at the pre-market high, 40.98. But I was like, well, apparently I'm just dumb if I short Overstock. It hasn't worked at all at any point in time. Can I even short Overstock? Let me find out if I can. Of course it's hard to borrow. Merrick says, do you see BABA retesting previous resistance? Previous resistance at what'd you say? 231. Not today, but at some point it could get down there. I mean, I don't think it's going to get down there today. But yeah, at some point, man, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm just keeping an eye on BABA. Workhorse, all right, great. So Workhorse is pulling back again. Just giving the market 2 or 3 minutes just to see what it would do. Lemonade is showing a lot of strength, just relative to the market. It is showing a decent amount of strength. So I'm just going to keep very close eyes on that one. Tesla threw in a nice little bull trap and is getting some sell-off. Right, everyone who couldn't wait 3 whole minutes to get into that trade is losing. Just waiting, ladies and gentlemen. Ariel said, sold Tesla August 21 for 320. I need more information, Mr. Reyes. I don't know what option that is. So AMD, this is retesting or did retest the previous high of yesterday. I do like that setup. Ariel said that sold the 450 August. Oh, that's hilarious. Awesome, man. Looks good. Shouldn't be an issue there. All right. So everything is kind of the exact same shape, which is interesting. Everything has like a big bullish candle, big bearish candle, and we're getting a little bit of a bullish candle in the 5-minute. So I'm looking for something that looks different than that. And LMND does look a little bit different than that on a 5-minute chart, at least. This will be a previous high. Stop would be right there. Let's see. So that would be a entry right where everyone's stops would be. 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. I don't think that would fill actually, because it's already up 7%. Still my top look for the day. Still my one of my favorite gaps right now. I have someone, I can't read that abbreviation, so I have no idea what it is. Did you fade ACMR? I have not played ACMR or looked at it all day. ACMR. I can put on the list. I mean, if it takes out the low of this candle, I would fade it. So let me throw it in here and watch it. ACMR. I don't think yesterday I said that I was going to fade this bearish. That's too strong of a gap. I'd have to go back and look at my interview or my recording, but I do not think I said I would fade this gap today. That's a very, very, very strong open. Very strong open. Eric says, what about Square? Square is good. Square is good. I mean, it posted a perfect 3-minute candle. I just wasn't aggressive enough on it. Again, the reason I'm not being aggressive is because I'm up amazing for the month already. We're already doing extremely well. I'm just trying to be a little patient. But Eric, this is, I mean, if you're playing Square, there's your 3-minute high wave candle. Entry there, stop loss there. Or if you played it with that little setup, it did come back a little bit lower, and I'd probably exit right there for 1.3 Rs. Nicely done, Brad. Brad played Square, the high wave candle. The back trading has paid off for my boy Brad. We've been sitting in front of that computer for like 14 hours a day. Good job, bro. So he's in my living room right now making money. So good job, Brad. Very, very well done. All right, workhorse. Ooh, that looks cute. That looks really cute. Okay. All right, so Alibaba, keep an eye on that one. AMD, beautiful retest. Beautiful retest. That is so, so pretty. So Lauren, congratulations. If you played that, that's just really, honestly, folks, that is literally just a previous high of the day retest. That's all that is. Previous high of the day, pulled right back to that previous high and bounced. That was very nice. And SPY, I mean, if it takes out that high, it looks bullish to me. I wouldn't be bearish on it. All I'm doing is just looking for something that has a different shape. And then NVAX, I mean, just going to keep going up. VSLR looks really pretty. Yeah, that's a pretty shape as well. Overstock, I was thinking about shorting it, but I'm glad I didn't. And then ASMR is just kind of bouncing. LMND. Lemonade. Limonada. Someone with a giant phone number said, how would you trade AYRO? AYRO, I would buy a pullback. The gap is strong, strong, strong. So I'll put it in the chat pane. This is exactly how I would trade AYRO. Buy a pullback right here. Stop loss, pretty much right there. My buddy Ruben, one of my coaching students, is in heavy on this one. So congratulations. There you go. Don says, can you explain what a high wave candle is? I can. So what's really cool, Don, is you can Google it. It's really pretty cool. High wave candle. Click on images and bang, there you go. How awesome is that? So it's a candle with a little bit of a body with a nice upper and lower shadow. Represents very, very pretty indecision. It's a very, very important candle. It's one of my favorite candles. I look for it all the time, and that's the power of Google. AYRO, I will definitely throw it on the list. I can watch it for sure. I will watch AYRO. Again, my friends, I'm simply looking for something that looks a little different than the broader market. And Workhorse does look different than the broader market. I don't think it's going to bounce yet. I'm watching it very closely. If it keeps going lower, that's fine. There's nothing we can really do about that. But I'm just scouting for something that looks different in the market. BABA looks a little different in the market. I'm going to keep a pretty close eye on BABA. I'm going to watch that one really closely, potentially for a short. AMD looks amazing, but it's already done its thing. So your entry on AMD was 53.47. Again, that was the previous high of day. All it did in the first 5 minutes was close above yesterday's high and then retest it. Netflix hit 500 and pulled back. SPY is breaking out. So SID is in some SPY call options. And yeah, VSLR looks really beautiful. I'm not in that one because of, I guess, the stock merger news. I guess it would have been better for me not to know that. Just play it just with the candles, but I guess it doesn't really matter. It's a good gap. It's a nice retest. Again, this blue line, it pulled right back into a previous resistance, right? So if you're looking at this particular gap, what you'll notice is you have a nice white candle, nice resistance. It gapped up, old resistance as new support. And that's precisely what happened. You would have had to buy it at that line or play the breakout of that bear candle on a 5-minute chart. Again, just to reiterate, the reason I'm being a little more patient than normal is because we had a really, really good day yesterday, right? Just reiterating. That's one of the reasons I'm being a little slower than normal. Otherwise, I do think I would have played that high wave candle on square. I mean, that's exactly the trade that I play all the time. Look at that. I mean, look at that high wave. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'd like to think that would be in that candle. Again, just trying to be a little calm. Just a little patient. Fastly. Someone says waiting for Fastly to top out. Don't. Just be bullish. Trend is bullish. It's a lot easier just to go with the trend than play against it. Fastly is strong. Net, took some NET, Cloudflare hanging out, nothing too crazy going on there. Stone Cold Steve Austin hanging out, and Cloudera, CLDR, gap down and is trying to bounce a little bit. TME, so we exited that swing trade, but it's still cruising. I guess that's fine. Progeny is down somehow. Progeny is like one of the hardest stocks to trade in the world, I feel like. NEM, Newmont, still just hanging out. And what's CGC doing? CGC, inside candle. Okay, cool. So AYRO, again, if you're playing it, at least you are playing the pullback, right? Playing the pullback and not the breakout. So you save some pennies. You're saving some pennies. LMND, I love this candle. This is going to be my jam right here. That'll be it. 84.95 by 80.95. It's going to be an official trade, folks. $4 risk reward setup. So that will be a new official trade. New official day trade. Wonder how quick I can get this set up. New official day trade on LMND. Nicely done, Brad. Great trade. Great trade. JC says I'm up more than 1 hour before 10 a.m., so I'm done for the day per the current rules. Nice. Nice. All right. LMND, 5-minute chart. 84.95 by custom stop limit. 84.95. 84.95. Stop loss 80.95. And again, folks, just because I'm setting up this trade doesn't mean it's going to work. It could. It might. I don't know yet. Right? Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Not entirely sure. But the trade is set up. And we're not going to get filled unless it goes above 84.95. Did I put that in the worksheet yet? I have not. Let me come over here. Okay, so again, it has to break above 8495. This is a stop limits. Looking at getting in if it goes higher. LMND 84.95 by 80.95. I'm just focusing on this one because it looks a little different than the market. That's pretty much it. Tesla, Tesla's still just kind of hanging out. Square, and then my next one could be BABA. Oh, yes. Absolutely, BABA. I don't think that's going to break down, actually, but if it does, that could be a fun short. I feel like I'm just trying to play something that's not totally there in hopes that the market rolls over, and that seems kind of dumb. Let me just look at how this candle closes, but BABA is a potential short just in case. I'm not going to short Tesla today, that's for sure. Square, great trade by Brad Reed. And again, Workhorse is not bouncing yet. So I'm going to kind of continue watching it. It's on my list. I have not played it. I'm not in. I'm just waiting to see what it's going to do. AMD is trying to retest. Ooh, LVGO. Talk about a spready stock. It is up a lot. That would definitely be half an R. That would definitely be half an R, and stop loss would be down here. So LVGO, I'm going to scoot that one up pretty high on the list. Jason wants me to look at Snapchat and also look at DraftKings. Snapchat, yep, great trend there. Looks pretty. DKNG, DraftKings. Yeah, we'll see. DraftKings is still a little bit bearish right now. I know Thomas Wong was looking at that earlier. And it looks like it's just trying to do something interesting. I'll wait. So again, Lemonade, right now, we're not in bullish at all. We're just waiting. But we're probably going to cancel the trade. But let me just wait 2 or 3 minutes to see if it bounces out of here. But again, just waiting it out. Just being patient, folks. We had a killer day yesterday. So I'm doing my best to take my time. Just taking my time. Being cool, calm, and collected. All right, let's go look at Roku. What's Roku up to? Roku still banging his head against that incredibly strong resistance. Man, that resistance is so strong. But if we break out of that pattern, I could actually put that on the list. It really wouldn't be that bad. Thomas Wong says he shorted PIN. All right, noted. Mark says go trigger at 319 for a swing. So I'm trying to get in at 311. That's my limit buy on GoGo is $3.11. Hasn't filled that price for me yet. It's gotten pretty close. But if you are in bullish on GoGo, I get it. I can see exactly why. I'm trying to get in at 311. Norwegian Cruise Lines down again. Shocker. Colgate, strong. Robert says United Airlines. What do you think? Bearish. All airlines still look weak. Ronnie says NVIDIA. NVIDIA has already hit one of our targets. So I'm going to wait on NVIDIA personally. It hit 400. Really good target. And I'm going to wait at that point. Just a nice even round number. And I feel like some people are going to be selling there. So I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to wait. I'm selling on NVIDIA and I'm being patient. Facebook, I mean, it's Facebook. Incredible. Don't be short. Nicola, yeah. So these are the 3 drawings that I gave it 3 days ago on NKLA. Green, red, and blue. And I said most likely it'll be red, but we'll see. So Nicola finally starting to leak out. Finally starting to leak. Alibaba shorts. That's the thing is I really feel like I'm going against the trend on this one. Yeah, I am. Let me get it closed or something, Edgar. Let me get it closed or something. I'm just gonna wait, man. I'm not gonna take that aggressively. All right. So again, lemonade, I'm just waiting for LVGO. Oh, this really is a nice gap. It's a nice looking move. Talk about a spready stock. I don't think I'm gonna take this trade. Again, just trying to protect my profits from yesterday, folks. I know it's gonna be annoying that I say that 400 times today, but I wanna kind of just drill that into your brain. When you're trading profitable, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you don't lose, right? It's all about how much money you don't lose. So if you make $10 million on Monday and you lose $10 million on Tuesday, you're not rich. You know? So it's all about how much money you make and then keep. Mike says, Jeremy, did you put the limit buy for SPWR? No, sir. I have to wait 18 hours for my swing trade. So I'm still waiting on SunPower, and we'll look at it this afternoon in the afternoon room. All right. So again, lemonade looks like it's probably going to go a little bit lower, most likely, but I still have that order open. I haven't canceled it yet. Baba, we'll see. I'm probably just going to miss LVGO. Leah says, is it official? It is not. No, it is not official. All right, Workhorse. I'm still waiting on Workhorse. The purple line is going to be a good support, but I can't go bullish now until it breaks above all of that bearish volume. It's a lot of bearish volume. So Workhorse, just be patient on it. Give it some time. Wait it out. Market's open until 4 p.m. Eastern today, folks. I don't know if that's true. If you guys want to check that, if you want to pull up your calendars and let me know if that is correct. Beyond Meat, trying to go a little bit lower. We have a swing trade on it to get in bullish if it goes higher. So far, it has not done that. Alex says he got 2 R's on run. Well done. Congrats. Tim says PAYS is trying to break out. It is. Yeah, Paysigns is trying to break out, Tim. You are correct. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to catch that one or not. I'm probably gonna end up being too chicken. I'll probably be chicken a lot today, unfortunately. But again, where's AMD? I thought it was on my list. Oh, right here. If I don't take one singular trade today and I lose $0, guess how much I'm up? All the money that from yesterday. Here's the ironic part, folks. I literally could just shut down for the rest of the month and be done. I'm at my monthly goal already, 7 days into July, and the market was closed last Friday. So again, just consider that as a really, really realistic approach when you're being a professional day trader. This is my goal. When I'm trading, I don't want to worry about how much money I'm not going to make, how much money I'm missing out on, how many trades, all the setups. I know there are a million opportunities. I want the setup that I like, and I want to be able to plan it, and I want to be able to see it, and I want to be able to take it. Just preserve capital. Naveed says, great day trading psychology. This is the secret. Yes, 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 yes. Right? Just really be as calm as you can, my dear friends. Now, Brad, I know Brad played square and he did exceptionally well. Brad didn't trade yesterday, right? Brad was listening to me, taking a lot of notes, asking a lot of questions. He didn't take any trades yesterday. We were back trading our face off and he played square beautifully. He played the high wave candle. And again, you can see his official trade post here on Slack. So that's his day trade on square. So I'll put this chart in here for Terra. Terra, target on square posted above. So again, so he did post a trade. He did post a setup. He did get filled, which is fantastic. JC Edwards is up more than an R. So he's done for the day. And again, I'm just waiting it out. It looks like Lemonade is trying to come back. I still have that order set up. Still have that order set up. So again, on LMND, I'm trying to get long at 84.95 with a stop at 80.95. I don't know if the trade's going to work, but it did fill the gap. It doesn't look horrible. I've seen worse trades in my life. I've taken worse trades in my life, and it probably won't be the biggest win of all time, but maybe it could. Naveed says, do you recommend using level 2 for day trading? If you can, absolutely. Honestly, Naveed, I'm not good at it, man. I've tried it. I'm just not that good at it. It's not my specialty. All right, so Baba did break down, which is cool. Again, I think the risk reward is pretty okay on that trade. I think it's okay. I just don't think it's going to be a big win is the challenge. But I know Edgar's in bearish, so well done, Edgar. Richard says, what's your process for back trading? My process for back trading. Great question. Here is the answer to that question. I'll give you 2 pieces of cool insight. So I have an entire back trading course. If you want to go through it, it's one of the coolest things of all time. And you can also get it on YouTube. Back trading, real life trading. And I got so many videos on it. So check out those 2 things. Richard, phenomenal question, and I appreciate you asking. I love back trading so much. It's the best way to get really good at trading. Mark says, would you adjust anything with AYRO with the dojis at the moving average? Not yet. So realistically, you're probably going to wait and let it throw in another little bit of a pivot and then eventually increase the stop. So something like this, and then hopefully that is what you're looking at on AYRO. So again, at least you block the pullback and not the breakout. Buying here rather than up here is always going to save you time and money. So we'll end up moving a stop for anyone who's in AYRO in just a moment. LVGO, I'm just going to miss this one, guys. I just know it's a very spready stock. Leah is a better biotech trader than I am. There's a lot of, I mean, honestly, guys, pretty much everyone here is a better trader than I am. I am strongly subpar at trading. I'm like the best subpar trader of all time. I'm brilliantly average at trading. I'm smashingly and stupendously, serendipitously okay at making money trading. It's got to be, a lot of times it's just about patience and waiting it out. Okay, HEPA. What is HEPA? Random pharmaceutical up 43%. Great gap though. Phenomenal gap. Wow. Yeah, it's already up 43%, so you missed it. It does look strong. If you're going to play it quick in and out, make 20, 30 cents on it, go for it. I've missed that trade though. I would have loved to have seen that earlier. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal high wave candle. Again, for those who are asking, type in a 1 if you can see that that is clearly a high wave candle. It's also a doji, right? All dojis are high waves, just not all high waves are dojis. So that is a high wave doji candle, perfect setup, perfect bracket trade, fantastic gap, great play. So that's how I would have played HEPA, but I'm not in it. I missed it. Congratulations for anyone who played it. LMND, again, still just kind of waiting. Got a little bit of an upper shadow there, so that's kind of cool. A few people are in Baba short. LVGO, I think Leah's in. Tesla, I'm not going to short Tesla today. I'll scoot it down. AMD, a lot of people asking about AMD. So AMD has already made its move, right? It's already retested and already made its high. It is a retest gap. So if you're looking at playing AMD now, you need to lower your entry and lower your stop. It's already made the 1.1, 1.2R move in the morning on the retest. So if you didn't catch it, you missed it. Let it pull back to about 53.20 with a stop at about 52.60 is how I would presently play AMD if you're interested in it. Terry wants to know about Blue. So Bluebird Bio, ironically enough, the only stock I'm ever in short, and it's just rampaging higher. Classic. Probably gonna get stopped out of it. SPY looks good. Really, really nice breakout on SPY. That's beautiful. That was very pretty. Lucas says, Beyond Meat, how do you see it? Weak or strong? Weak. Alex says, I'm in SPY calls. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. That's a very pretty hammer on Workhorse on the 3-minute chart. Still a lot of bear volume, but it's down 18%. I'm just trying to see if those zombie buy the dippers are going to come in and try to prop this thing up. It's coming into the 10 EMA. So let's just keep an eye on it, but that actually is a decent hammer. I do like it. Nice little high wave candle. So that's a possibility. Jack says, what timetable are you on? So it says it in the top left-hand corner, Jack. Are you able to see that? So it says 5 right here, then 5M right there. That's where all the time frames will be. So this is 1 minute, this is 2 minutes, this is 3, 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, daily, weekly, and monthly. Davey says, do you stop once you hit 10 hours a month or worry about pop cost and keep trading? Potential, what's that? Potential opportunity costs? Opportunity costs. So yeah, good question, Davey. No, I don't stop trading. That's dumb. I do have some rules on when I stop trading for the day. So if I'm up a certain amount for the day, for example, if I hit 4 Rs in the first 30 minutes of the day, I'm done trading. I guess to answer your question, but no, I don't stop trading. I just try to protect the capital. So I just don't take a lot of trades. I just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And then I attack a trade, I'll take it, and I try to win small, and I just kind of keep stacking gains. But Davey, I do have a trailing P&L. So what I mean by that is if I go up 10,000 for the month, which is 10 Rs for me, if I go up 10,000, there is absolutely zero chance in this green earth that I'm gonna go below 5,000 realized for the month. So I start kind of having a trailing P&L, right? So then I just start playing defense in between 10 and 5. Play defense, play defense, play defense, and then kind of continue higher. And then as it goes higher, I kind of trail my P&L up to 7,000. Mr. Patel says, what's your R amount? $1,000. So does that kind of help, guys? And again, it took a long time to build up to that level, at least for me, but that's what I do. It's kind of how I roll. Davey says, do you change your R as you make more? No, that's the exact opposite point of the R strategy. So nope, I don't change it. Keep it the same. Consistency is king, ladies and gentlemen. In trading, the #1 thing that you can do to really increase your odds of being successful is to remove variables. Remove variables in your trading. Those are some hammers on BABA. That is correct. Those are some hammers. So if you're in bearish, go ahead and exit for an extremely, extremely small loss or an extremely small win. It's just too strong. It's just too strong. Go ahead and exit. Take a very, very small loss. And let's see if I can play that potentially bullish, because those are really, really strong hammer candles on a 5-minute. So I'm gonna wait 5 minutes and see if I end up playing that bullish on BABA. We still have lemonade set up to go long, but it has not triggered yet, and I might cancel it. Edgar says, I'm like you. I'm 11 hours up, and I'm taking it easy today. Bingo. Oh, a lot of you guys have some questions. So Let me try to answer these questions. Give me a few moments. Mike says, in your trading modules, you mentioned 2.4 hours as your target. Is that more of a swing trade target? Yes, sir, that is correct. Because if you remember, Mike, when you were watching those classes, when I talked about 2.4 hours, that was a swing trading program. Would you agree, Mike? Does that sound correct? Right, you were watching the swing trading classes. You were watching the longer term classes. You were not watching the day trading classes. All right, so that's the answer from Mike. Mason says, are you looking to up your R in the coming future? I'll increase it over time, but right now, it's not the fact that I can't have a larger R. I just like trading a lot, and I like having a lot of trades open. I like day trading. I like swing trading. I like option sales. I like credit spreads. I run out of buying power very quickly. So for me, it's not an amount of money that I'm afraid of having, or it's not that I can't have a larger R. I do play larger R's on certain trades that I just really, really feel strongly about. If it's an option trade or a long-term position that I feel comfortable paying a little bit of a larger R on, and I still calculate my R's based on however much I'll win or lose. But right now I keep it at 1,000, mostly because of buying power concerns. Richard says, do you use 1% or 2% of your account? Neither. I use like 0.25% of my account. Richard says, do you have a separate account to swing trade? Yes, sir, I do. Justin W says, if your R is usually 1 to 2% of your account, wouldn't R increase as your account increases? It can, Justin, but again, I like to live off of my trading, so I pull a lot of money out to do things with. So I don't just trade and never pull out money, but I have increased my R over time. You are correct. So I increased my R from 500 to 1,000 back in January of this year. So it just takes time, man. It just takes time to grow it. Mike B says, I thought it was the beginner module. You're exactly right. So the beginner module was absolutely 100% a swing trading, longer term trading type of module. I discussed day trading absolutely zero in the beginners classes. So yeah, the 2.4 R target and strategy is for swing trades. That is correct, Mike B. All right. Tim and Lisa says they got 2 R's on LVGO. Nicely done, Tim and Lisa. Well done. Congrats, congrats. Mr. Patel says, how many R minimum are you trying to make on a day trade? That's not the right question, Mr. Patel. The question is, how much do I not want to lose? That is the question. I try not to lose 1 R. If I can lose 0.1 R's, 0.2 R's, it's all about how much money you don't lose. Ladies and gentlemen, since we're obviously in a holding pattern right now, there's not a lot to talk about, and you guys are asked about my trading, which I love. I've covered this math a lot in many, many previous videos, but since there's over 300 people here, here's how a lot of my day trades look every single month. So on average, I will take 40 day trades a month. 1 R for me equals 1,000, at least for right now, okay? So on average, each month, I lose 22 trades, okay? So each month, on average, I lose 22 trades. Does anybody want to guess what my average loss is going to be? So my average loss per trade is 0.7 R's. That's my average loss per trade, 0.7. Okay, that's what I focus on. That's it. That's my average loss over 22 trades. Now, on 17 trades, my average win, does anyone want to guess what my average win is? Approximately? So my average win's about 1.29 R's approximately across those 17 trades. Okay, so 1.29. Now, if you do that math, go ahead and pull out the calculator. This is just the math of trading, folks. You're going to see a shocking number that almost very, very few beginner traders have ever done. So on my average losses, I lose 15.4 hours a month. On my average wins, who's done the math? 21.93. So in that spread is how I make my money every single month. That's my spread. Now, if you guys are doing the math, you'll notice 17 plus 22 does not equate to 40. Because on about one trade a month, out of 40 trades, I'll hit 2 Rs and maybe a little bit more. Out about one trade a month, I'll get about 2 Rs, which that just adds to this total. So if you subtract 2193 minus 15.4, that's 6.53 Rs every month. Okay, 6.53 Rs. So if you're just day trading, that's all you're focusing on, 6.5 Rs plus 2 Rs equals 8.53. Now again, that is my average month, realistically normal. Pat says for a small account, do you think 2% is too risky? No, I do not. So let's ask questions about that. Does anyone have any questions on on that math? Tony hit some targets on SPY. Congrats, Tony. Congrats, Sid. Well done. That was a beautiful, beautiful breakout, my friend. Super proud of you. Great, great trade. So does anyone have any questions on that math? Michael says not on the math, but the psychology. Oh, the psychology is the fun part. Psychology is the fun part. Michael says, what happens when you lose 7 in a row? Math is the same. At some point, you're going to have a winner. It's just all about the discipline. Discipline is the #1 key to winning in life and in trading. When I have a losing streak, which will happen at some point. I have not been on a losing streak in a while, but I promise you it'll occur. Here's an article on what I do when I'm on a losing streak. So I'll put that in the chat pane. So these are some things that I do when I'm on a losing streak. And yeah, it sucks, but. Okay, so lemonade, we can cancel this trade setup, ladies and gentlemen. We can cancel LMND. Edgar says blue is so funny, right? The one time I want to go bearish on something, look what blue is doing. Oh man, the market's amazing. I knew I was going to lose on the trade too. I'm like, well, maybe I'll actually get a bearish trade. Nope. No, you won't. No bearish trades for you. All right, so workhorse. I know a few of you are in this particular trade. AJ and a few others are in on workhorse playing the hammer. So there's the hammer on the 3-minute. There's your bearish high wave candle. There's your Morningstar reversal. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this one for you. This red line will be your target, AJ, and Uday, and 3 or 4 other people. So if you're looking at selling some or all or a little bit on workhorse, 1543. That will be right at 1 R. So I'll keep an eye on it for you guys. But again, great trade if you're playing workhorse. Solid work. And again, folks, you'll notice that even if I don't get a chance to personally take a lot of trades or make a lot of trades official, what I can do on the microphone is at least provide my thoughts and insights on what a trader might do. So for example, and I'm not saying by any means that I helped Tony or Robert or Sid play SPY. They would have played it without me. But knowing to go bullish above that candle, above that volume, above that bear trap, that high wave candle, just an obvious trade. Very good setup. I'm super proud of you, Tony, for winning on that one. And Robert Falco, congratulations, gentlemen. It's a beautiful trade, boys. I mean, why would anyone in the world go bullish on this market, you know? Stock hand says he covered Fastly at 86. Congratulations, well done. I'm glad that you caught the top on that. I'm terrible at calling the tops on trades. I'm not the best at that at all. Joseph says, can you teach us some examples of weak and strong trends out of the norm you can read and watch on the net? You have to re-ask that question. I don't know exactly what you mean. If we were on the phone and we were talking, I probably know what you mean, but Baba, again, I know that you guys were losing on it, and we were playing it bearish, and it just did not work bearish. So that's one of those things where, hey, good try, just go in the other direction, right? Ross, you were talking about that. You said you liked my psychology on that. I mean, the simple fact is, guys, if you lose, just go the other direction, right? If it's not right, just play it the other way. Play it the other way. All right. I'm still looking for some stuff to sink our teeth into. VSLR. What a nice gap. Wow. Overstock. Oh, man. Overstock is still going higher. That's hilarious. And AYRO is not. AYRO is not going up. It tried its best to go higher. Roku, I'm actually still going to watch, and Tesla is still just kind of hanging out. Joseph says, can you teach us some weak and strong trends that you normally would not find on the internet? So when you say weak and strong trends, I don't know what you mean. Weak and strong trends I would not find on the internet. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what you mean. Victor says, when you play SPY, is it with shares or options? Dude, it depends on a lot of factors. It depends on account size. It depends on stop size. I normally play SPY with options because I own SPY long term. So I normally play it with options. So I guess that answers your question. D says, would you go bullish on BABA if it breaks pre-market high? I would have gone bullish on BABA down at 239.15. I would not wait for it to break pre-market high. There's no real reason to buy it all the way up there. So the move has already happened, right? Buy low, sell high. You don't want to buy something when it's high, hoping it goes higher. If you're looking at playing BABA bullish, I'd buy a pullback at 240. If it does break pre-market high, I would try to buy the pullback of the pre-market resistance. But again, I wouldn't wait for it to go all the way up to pre-market high, which is 244, to then go bullish. Just my opinion, but when you're getting into something bullish, you want to get into it as low as you possibly can. All right, workhorse hit target 1. So here's how you manage from here. For anyone playing workhorse long, just a beautiful bounce off of the moving average. So again, this purple line is the 10 EMA on the daily chart. All those zombie buy the dippers are all pumped up and excited. So what you want to do at this point is increase your stop loss and then wait for some consolidation, because all you have is white candles. So just wait for a little bit, give it another 10, 15 minutes, and then let pop for a second target. Second target on workhorse will be 1637. And I'm not saying it's going to get up there. I'm just simply saying for those who are in it, and there's a lot of you, increase the stop, exit a partial where you exit a partial, and let's see what we can do from there. Jason says, move stop to where? So are you able to see, Jason, this red line that says stop loss exit? That's 1402. So the old stop was originally at 1384. New stop loss will be 1402. and now you're waiting for a little bit of a consolidation, a little bit of a rest to see if it can trade up into the second target. Now remember, based on your trades, it all comes down to where you are for the day, where you are for the week, where you are for the month on how much you exit on a position. For example, let's say you're up for the month, but you're only up 0.09 Rs, so barely above break even. If you're up 0.09 Rs, what should you do on this trade right here? Exit everything, right? That's what you should do. Get out of all of it. Exit your whole trade, take your 1 R and stack your win. Now, if you're up, let's say you're down 0.6 Rs for the month, what should you do right here? Same exact thing. Exit everything, lock in your profit, and then start playing defense with your profits from there. So it's just all about the overall trends, the overall P&L, how you're doing for the month, and just stacking wins. If you're up relatively okay for the month and you're like, you know what, I'm doing well, I got a cushion, I've stacked some wins, now let me see where I can go from here, then you're gonna wait. You're gonna try to be patient for that second target to hit. Stack that wood, collect and protect, that's it. That's all you're doing, folks. If you wanna build a house, you gotta stack that wood. All right, LVGO is doing its thing. Pablo got 2.5 Rs on Square. Are you serious, Pablo? Are you serious? Great job, man. Eric Hensley, how'd you do on Square? Someone's asking about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, stock hands. I'm being patient. Stop losses at 57.47. Planet Fitness, about to fill this gap over here. Coming down to 54.30 on Planet Fitness. Nice. All right, so PLNT is doing the exact opposite of what Bluebird Bio is doing. Bluebird Bio, wow, how cool is that? Are we about to get embarrassed and get stopped out on the exact same day? That's amazing. I sure do love when that happens. Well, let's see if we can get it back on one of our other swing trades, but that is comical city. Take one bearish trade, first trade in forever, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna lose on this one, and we did. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, giving one of our R's away, right? Neo, would I short Neo? Not yet. No, not yet. It's still a little too strong. All right, so Workhorse is consolidating. Lemonade, I know I keep coming back on this one. I think we could probably play it lower than we thought earlier. Let me just look and see how this candle closes, but we could. It just looks different than the market. That's what's happening. And there's just a lot of people who are excited about it. It is a retest gap, right? So it makes sense for it to just kind of chill out and calm down for today. I don't normally play that trade. Richard says, can you explain the reasoning for putting your stop so far away? Why not just put it below the entry candle? Wouldn't you be able to make more profits that way? So Richard, as I mentioned a few times today, trading is not about making profits. It's about not losing profits. For a lot of the traders who are here, the vast majority of you are brand new and you've never made money consistently month to month trading. One of the reasons is because your stops are too tight and you focus on trying to make money rather than not lose it. So for me, if I have a giant stop, it's still 1 R of risk regardless of where my stop is. And if I can have my stop here and then eventually move it to here, what happens to my trade? I now lose small, right? And if it does work and I can win, that's great. But if it doesn't work, I lose small. So it's all about losing small. It's all about having controlled risk. It's all about being in a trade longer and building that holding muscle. You are correct. And again, you're probably a much better day trader than I am. I will openly admit, I'm not the greatest day trader in the world. I have pretty far stops, pretty wide ranges so that I can be in the trades a little bit longer and avoid getting whipsawed out. Because if there's one thing I really don't like is getting into a trade and then getting stopped out and then doing that. I really like trying to avoid those situations. So I like having a little bit of a looser stop when I'm day trading in the morning. Later in the afternoon, I'll have some more aggressive trades. Solo, S-O-L-O. I have looked at it, and it's just, I would wait it out. So Baba, nice hammers on the 5-minute chart. It's very pretty. LVGO. So if you did take that trade, again, Lisa and Tim did, and also another trader, I think really you could take your stop loss on this one and move it up. If you took that half-an-hour breakout or however you played it, whatever you did on it, I did not get a chance to play that, but I think at this point you could trail your stop, put it above your entry, and then have an unlosable trade at this point. Sam says, what do you think of Netflix? I think Netflix has hit its target for the day and to wait it out. Bluebird Bio, BLUE, there we go. Getting stopped out day one. Got stopped out of Bluebird Bio, Bluebird swing trade. One day too. First bear trade in forever. Well, the market's still not ready to go down, I guess. Market is still not ready to go down. So now what's really cool is guess what just happened? I've been trying to be as patient as a clam all day, and I just lost an R. So guess who's just lost his patience hat? This guy. This guy just lost his patience hat. So now I'm going to try to find something that I can get that R back on. Sam says, now it gets real. Mm-hmm. Now it gets real. Calm Newsom is over. In fact, let me stop this recording. I don't want people to see what I'm about to do.